I actually don't know my porosity level. I know. You can judge me. That's like an influencer thing when you have all day. That's a question for Bay, you know? I can tell you when I'm getting married. Did you ask me the same question like multiple times, girl? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Jenn J, and we're back for another video. Today I thought we'll have a laid back video where I deep condition my hair and answer some of the questions that you guys have for me. I actually ask on YouTube as well as Instagram. Well, YouTube stories, is that what you call it? And I actually got quite a bit of questions, so I want to get right into it. I mixed all of my dip conditioners together for today's concoction of do-it-yourself dip conditioner. My hair is washed right now, and prior to that I kinda abused my hair a little bit. It was in the twist and curl that you guys saw a couple of days ago. Thank you, by the way. So many of you guys watched that video and you loved it, so I appreciate it. So I washed my hair and my hair was feeling really dry. It is my fault. I let my hair get into an afro maybe day 5/6 of the twist and curl, which I love. I love when my natural kinks take over and my hair is no longer so defined. It's like a real 4C hairdo. I love that. After, instead of taking care of my hair, I kind of ignored it and left it in these bento knots for like 3 days. I was supposed to wash my hair last Friday and today is Tuesday. Listen, if I'm completely honest with you guys, as much as I take care of my hair, there are times where I don't. I washed and I'm going to deep condition. She actually smells really good. I can't really pinpoint what kind of smell we have. Whatever's going on, it smells kind of good. So let's dive into the questions as I apply the dip conditioner. So the first question from YouTube is, do I know my hair porosity level? Okay, we're getting straight into the meat, huh? I actually don't know my porosity level. I know. You can judge me. I've never tested my hair porosity level, and back in the day when, you know, the natural hair movement started, hair porosity level wasn't really talked about as much as it is talked about now. I think porosity level is actually important. It is one of the things that is important if you want to take care of your hair and if you want to do it effectively. However, I felt that I've been taking care of my hair for so long that I've experimented enough to the point that I kind of know what works and what doesn't work. I think it will be interesting to find out my hair porosity level and especially match what I've been doing to what I should be doing and see if they line up. I didn't really take into consideration that my hands will be dirty and that I need my phone. Would I like to do a video trying the maximum hydration method? It's so funny that you asked that question because I just watched a video on it just, I think, a couple of days ago. I mean, why not? Am I planning on cutting my hair anytime soon? I always say that I have one last big chop in me. I've cut my hair multiple times ever since I've been on this hair journey. I really like short hair, especially when I had a fade. Oh my god, it was one of the best hairstyles I ever had. I would definitely like to rock it again. So yeah, I would cut my hair again. Am I planning on doing it? No. When I do it, of course you'll find out. What are my thoughts on growth oil for 4C hair? When it comes to growth oil, I think of them like those diet pills. I don't want to say that they're all bad, but I think a lot of them are, it's kind of like false advertising. Just because a lot of them are just regular oils. I don't know if they do as much as people claim that they do, at least as much as the brands say that they do. You could try them, but from my experience with using growth oil, I have never seen extraordinary growth from any product. This is why I'm not so pressed on recommending products or saying that this is the holy grail. There is a lot of products that you can use that help, you know, keeping your hair hydrated, depending on the type of leave-in conditioner or moisturizer or how you layer your products. I think that's more important than really focusing on products that will make your hair grow. I think hair growth starts from the inside out, and most growth oils, they may stimulate your follicles, but most of them, I don't think they work. Tips on staying consistent with content and channel tips. When it comes to growing your channel, consistency is key. Any blogger will tell you that, and honestly, uploading the right content for your audience is important. Being consistent is super hard. It is not easy. I am taking advantage right now during this pandemic to really be consistent. And I think it's also because I feel like I can't keep making excuses. Now that I'm home, I can't say I don't have the time. I think one of the main things is being able to manage your time so that you have enough hours in a day to do what you want to do. You have enough hours in a day as Beyonce, and if she can accomplish everything that she's doing, so can you. So it's a matter of being disciplined and managing your time. For me, what's been helping is my bullet journal. So writing down my goals, writing down what I want to do for the day, and then going about it. And sometimes I don't follow through, but it's just the fact that I am working out that muscle so that I can continue to be consistent. Another thing that really helps for me is actually measuring that consistency, in a sense, measuring that goal. For me, what I've been doing is I want to reach a certain amount of subscribers by a certain amount of time. So then that really keeps me accountable for what I'm doing and how I'm gonna get there. If you guys want a whole video, honestly, on like channel tips, let me know, because I feel like I've done it all wrong when it comes to being on YouTube and growing on YouTube, but like I'm finally figuring it out now. It's been a long journey, and if you've been with me since the beginning, you know I've been on YouTube for like 9 years. I'm not at 1 million subscribers. I'm not making a lot of money off YouTube, but it's also because I went about it the wrong way. I was just really scared for the longest time, and I just couldn't imagine doing YouTube full time. It just wasn't in my DNA. You know, my parents always beat it into me, go to school, get a real job, and YouTube was never like a real job to them. So it wasn't a real job to me. Am I married? When are we getting married? Because I'm a snack and the whole damn meal. Well, thank you, sis. That's a question for Bae, you know? I can tell you when I'm getting married. I haven't been proposed to yet. How long ago did I shave my hair? I shaved my hair 3 years ago. My last big chop was 3 years ago. So this person's been growing their hair for 18 months and they still don't know if their hair shedding is normal. I mean, I don't know if your hair shedding is normal, but I can say though, hair is supposed to shed about 50 to 100 strands a day. When you think about it, that's a lot. And I know some people are so concerned, as long as you have one strand that comes out of your hair, you feel like it's not normal. You want to hold on to everything. But it's normal. It's part of the hair cycle. Hair falls out and then the follicle grows another strand. So I started sharing some of like my experience with hair shedding in my videos. So if you watch my, I think it was my wash day video, I shared how much hair actually came out throughout the entire process. And usually I have like a decent hairball. And that's okay. I think it's absolutely normal for your hair to shed. And the longer it gets, the bigger your hair ball will look. But that doesn't necessarily mean like you're losing more hair. It just means that your hair is longer. And when it shrinks into like a little ball. But then the longer your hair is, the bigger the ball is. When I first started my hair journey, I was really concerned about shedding. And I would do all kind of treatments, garlic treatment. Your hair is going to shed. Like, don't stress over it. Unless you have a lot of breakage, then that's when I would be concerned. And the difference between breakage and shedding, at the end of your hair strand, there'll be a little white bulb. If that bulb is there, then your hair shed. That's normal. If there's nothing there, then your hair broke. And that's probably not normal. Someone said my vlogging setup is really good. She's hoping one day I will share. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, I've been doing this for a really long time and I'm still figuring it out, you know? I came a really long way in terms of setting up my room, and I watch a lot of videos on YouTube too from other vloggers. Once this whole room is done, then I'm more than happy to make a video. I don't mind. Did I teach myself how to do makeup? Yep, I did. I just watched a ton of YouTube videos and I just kept practicing. I used to be horrible with doing makeup. And sometimes I do my makeup and it's kind of like a hit and miss. I was one of those that started doing makeup late in life. Like I never did makeup throughout high school, university. I literally started doing makeup just recently. If I can do it, anybody can. Oh, my hair feels really dry, you guys. And I also need a really good trim. I really do. My ends feel horrible. I can't grow my natural hair since 2012. It always breaks. How do I do it? So that's a question that I get all the time. It's so hard for me to answer just because I don't know what you're not doing, you know? I can only tell you what I do. And when it comes to natural hair, really, a lot of it is experimental. I can tell you exactly what I do. It doesn't really mean that it's going to work for you. One thing that I do know, or one thing that I have noticed, is that natural hair tend to just be dry all around, especially for 4C hair. 4C hair is just naturally dry, I think. So if your hair is breaking, a lot of the time it has something to do with your moisture level, and moisture is not a destination, it's a journey. If your hair is dry, it's not going to be moisturized tomorrow and stay moisturized. Like, you have to keep working on it until you get to a certain moisture level where you can get away with not moisturizing every day, for example. I feel like that's a video in itself, just how to moisturize natural hair. But if your hair is breaking, I would try to look into that. Like, is your hair really dry? What are you doing? Are you putting water on your hair frequently enough so that you can moisturize it? Are you deep conditioning? Are you sealing your moisture when you wash your hair? Because that also makes a huge difference. You could wash, put all that goodies on your hair, and then if you don't do anything about it, if you don't seal that in, it's just going to evaporate. So it's hard for me to answer, unfortunately, without more information. I can only tell you what I do, and I have a few videos on my channel. But yeah, just really focus on moisture. Yeah, I'm sorry, girl. Send me more information. How's my dating life? I am about that life. How does she style her hair? She has short 4C hair. All right, so the sun was really in my eye and it was bothering me, so we had to like fix the situation a little bit. Short hairstyles for 4C hair. I'll link some of my videos down below, but I think twist outs are cool. Bend to knot out, half like cornrows, and then the rest twist out just to mix it up a little bit. I'll put some videos down below. Why am I not married? That's like a popular question. Everybody wants to know why I'm not married. There's the ones that would slide in my DMs trying to marry me, but I ain't interested. Some of these questions I don't even understand. How do I do all of that, my hair and skin? I'm just dedicated with self-care. It's like my me time. I like taking care of me. So I just make time for it. I've always been that way. I think I just learned it from my mom. If you guys know my mom, if you know me personally and you know my mom, then you know where I get it from. I grew up with my mom just being extra shishi, so. How do I care for my skin and what products do I use? I will have to do another update for my skin because I am in the process of completely revamping my skincare routine. What products do I use for hair treatment and dry scalp? Did you ask me the same question like multiple times, girl? I am a huge deep conditioners fan, and I don't think it matters which dip conditioner that you use. It doesn't have to be the same dip conditioner that I like, but I will put a link down below to all the products that I enjoy, and there is a segment on dip conditioner there. Also, with dry scalp, what you could do is steam your hair. I used to steam my hair all the time. It's pretty beneficial if you have dry skin in general, just so you can get some moisture in. So you could do the same thing for your scalp and hair. So basically, it's a 2-in-1 treatment. What motivated me and inspired me to start my YouTube channel? Great question. I started my YouTube channel way back when there was not a lot of people on YouTube, especially around natural hair. So it all started because I had really, really bad heat damage. I didn't know it was heat damage at the time though. My hair was basically falling out in clumps. It was breaking all the time. I was leaving hair everywhere. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what was wrong. So then I went to Google and I discovered a few videos on YouTube from just a few women, you know, talking about hair in the bathroom, you know, the African exports, the kinky curly queens. It just really opened my eyes. I was like, wow. There's not a lot of women doing it, but I was so inspired by them, like the courage they had to share their hair and their story and their methods and how they take care of their hair. And like I told you guys, I grew up with my mom being so shishi, and I already liked taking care of myself and my hair at that point, but I just wasn't doing anything that I was supposed to be doing. I was destroying my hair, if anything. That inspired me. They didn't have the same hair texture that I did. If anything, I couldn't really even find anybody with my hair texture, but I was just in awe with what they were doing. And that's how it started. So I turned on the camera and I was like, how many girls are feeling like how I'm feeling where there's no one that looks like them. Then I discovered I had bad heat damage, so it was a whole journey of recovery. How do I deal with negativity around me? I do not engage with negativity. Especially on YouTube, there's so many people that can actually be negative. And there's also a lot of people that can be positive. So I just focus on the positivity. I feel like negative energy is one of those, the more you give into it, the more that it's there. So I just completely avoid it. If I am going to take the time to respond to a comment, for example, I will choose to respond to a positive comment. I'm okay with constructive criticism, however. I'm cool with that. But there's people that are negative for absolutely no reason, and I'm just not going to like deal with you in real life or online. You're just not worth the time. Good vibes only, and I honestly just surround myself with just positivity, positive energy, positive people. Listen, I've done a lot of work to be able to like sit here and say all of these things, so I understand that it's not easy, but like next time someone's coming at you with some negativity or some bullshit, just be like, girl, not today. How do you deal with or help crown damage? One of the things that I've noticed when it comes to my natural hair, and that's another reason why I deal with my hair in sections, is the fact that when my hair is out and let's say I want to moisturize, I could either put the moisturizer in my hand and just sort of go all around, or I can actually break my hair into sections to make sure that every part of my hair is actually benefiting from the moisturizer. Because especially with natural hair, it can be so thick that certain part of your hair doesn't actually get the moisturizer that you're trying to put on or sealing in the moisture, so then that area ends up being dry and then it starts breaking. So I would pay special attention to your crown if you notice that you are getting some damage. It could also be genetics. I hate to say it, but there's balding within women. Just try to pay special attention to your crown by sectioning your hair and distributing your moisturizer / oil that way. Can I make a video on straightening 4C hair? Heat is the devil. Don't do it. No, I will not make a video. To be honest, I don't use heat in my hair anymore. I don't find that my hair deals well with heat. It never works out really well. My hair is stiff. You can tell that it's just dry. It's unhappy. Anyways, I feel like that's not what you really asked me for, but I just had to give you a little lecture. Don't bother. If you do want straight hair, get a wig so you can switch it up once in a while. Do I have any tip for getting past a hair plateau? I think it's trying to understand why your hair is in a plateau, what's actually happening, and perhaps maybe switching things around a little bit, trying a new method. If you were washing, deep conditioning, and moisturizing your hair, then perhaps pre-poo and see how that helps. I'm a little biased. I love pre-pooing my hair. And today I actually didn't pre-poo and I could feel the difference in the shower. Maybe switching things around, trying different products. Although I'm not a huge advocate of products like that, but if you feel like your hair is in a plateau and nothing's happening, then try to understand what's going on. Is it breaking? Is that why? Or is it something internal? So try to understand that first, and then you can take action based on what's going on. But a lot of the time, I think it's just honestly, it's dryness. Like, this is the #1 issue with 4C hair. It's breakage due to dryness or breakage due to over manipulation of your hair. What's my favorite hairstyle? That's actually such a good question. I love styling my hair so much. I don't know if I could pick just one style. So I recently did a twist and curl, which I absolutely loved. But if I had to pick like one style, I like when my hair is like in a shrunken afro state. It's very unpopular style. I feel like I get a lot of judgment when I wear my hair like that, but I personally love my hair like that. Like, it's actual 4C state, like when there is no tension on my scalp and it's just like this shrunken fro. It took me a long time, but I really love my hair in its natural state. Why am I so dope? I don't know, girl. It took me 30 years to be dope, you know? You get to a point of your life where you're like, I could either be dope or I could either be not dope. So I choose to be dope. What did I want to be when I was small? I wanted to be a fashion designer, okay? I had like a big binder of just drawings of outfits. Like I would draw them over and over, and I honestly, I thought it was really good. I like love fashion to this day. I love clothes to this day. However, the way my Haitian parents were set up, they were like, fashion designer, you gonna be a doctor. Is it possible that I can kindly illustrate how I cut my split ends? I am in dire need of a trim, which I want to wait till June to do after the Protective Style Challenge, but I don't know if I can even wait that long. I may do it even sooner than that. I will link a video down below of when I did trim my hair like years ago and I filmed it. When I do trim it, I guess in a couple of weeks or maybe in June, then I will make a video. My hair is super, super thin. Any product suggestions? I don't know. It depends on what you want to achieve, you know? Because I know a lot of people complain that butters are too heavy for their hair because they have thin hair and it weights it down. So maybe just try to experiment with oils. So moisturizing and just following up with an oil and see how that works. I've noticed that some parts of my hair doesn't grow. Do you think I should cut it? It's a very personal question. If your hair is really uneven and you want to even it out, then you could cut it. What do you mean by doesn't grow? Why isn't it growing? Is it breaking? Is it dry? Or you're not moisturizing it? If your hair is breaking in certain area and it's shorter than the rest, then trying to figure out what's going on there. But I mean, cutting it is not going to make it grow, you know? Tell us more about Bay. No, I don't want to tell you guys about Bay. I get this question all the time. I want to keep Bay to myself, okay? I've seen enough YouTube couples break up, and to be honest, maybe they would have broken up anyway. But I'm still kind of like convinced that there is something in the water of YouTube that does not help a relationship. So I'm keeping Bay to myself, and that's that. We have exactly the same hair type. I can't seem to find a good gel. Which one do you use? Excellent question. I don't like gels. I don't think they're absolutely necessary. I do all of my styles without using gels. Of course, it's not going to last as long, but I'm okay with that versus having dry hair at the end of the week. I can completely relate to gels drying out your hair. Just don't use gel. I wanted to know how/when were you confident in wearing your natural hair? When I kind of started my YouTube channel. That's when I started wearing my natural hair, and I wasn't very confident doing it, but I wanted to do it. Like I said, my hair was really damaged and I wanted to nurse it back to health, and I knew the best way for me to do that was to actually care for my hair. And I started styling it in like natural hairstyles and just wearing it out. And of course, you know, it's hard because you get these questions from the world, from people around you, from your family members, all of these judgments, and it's so hard for you to accept. Pardon me. It's so hard for you to accept something about yourself that's visible to everybody when everyone has an opinion. What I would say is to tune out the noise, and if you know that's something that you want to start being confident in, then work out that muscle. Wear it. Put your hair out. Take care of it, because then the less you do it, the less confident you are about it. And try to surround yourself by people that are supportive. Even if it's people online, try to surround yourself by those kind of positive energies so that it helps you out. How do you know when your hair is moisturized? How does it feel / look, etc.? That's an excellent question. It's hard for me to explain how your hair is supposed to feel. For you to be able to tell the difference is you have to let your hair get dry. That's how I did it as well. So I would literally wash my hair, dip condition, walk out, and put nothing in my hair. It sounds like a nightmare. Once I understood what that's like, then I could compare it to when I put moisturizer in, when I put an oil in, and how that feels. Then you know this is what my hair is supposed to feel like when it's moisturized. That's how it feels after I wash and dip condition, and the day after, that's what it feels like, versus if I put nothing in there. It was a lot easier for me to do that, obviously, when my hair was shorter. Then, you know, I could just hop back in the shower, press the reset button, and, you know, do it all over again. If your hair is longer, then maybe you wouldn't want to do that. But take your shed hair, wash it, leave it alone, see what that feels like, and take your hairball, wash it, put conditioner on it, put a leave-in conditioner, put an oil, and see what that feels like. Then you can compare. Should I cut my hair and regrow it, or what are the remedies I can do now to help it bulky? I can't tell anybody to cut their hair or not. If you want to cut your hair, that has to be a personal decision, because you have to deal with short hair afterwards, you know? Are you mentally prepared for that? What do you mean by keeping it bulky? I don't understand what that means. I'm assuming you want your hair to be thick. One thing that I have to say, another thing with natural hair, you can't create thickness that's not there. Just like you can't create curls, you can't create thickness. I had to accept that with my hair too, because I would watch all these really thick natural hair women, and then I would compare my hair to their hair and think that my hair is not good enough. Your hair is how it's supposed to be. It's beautiful how it is, okay? If your hair is not super thick, you can't keep chasing thickness. I feel like us 4C hair girls are always chasing something as if our hair is missing something. It's not missing anything. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you have thin hair, and I'm sure it's not, and that's the thing too, we have this false sense of like thickness because there's outliers. There is people that have extremely thick hair and they do so well online. I think that's the problem too, because they have like huge channels and that's what you see and that's what you think your hair is supposed to look like. And there's the average person who has average and normal density, and your hair probably fit within that category because most people's hair is probably, you know, average. By average, I mean like average thickness. Don't you come for me. If anything, one of the things that makes the most difference in your hair thickness comes from within. So iron level, for example, what are you eating? Or you're getting a lot of nutrients, vegetables. I think those make much more difference into how your hair look versus, I don't know, trying to get products to put products on your hair so that it looks different than what it really is. For thickness, eat well, okay? Eat your vegetables and make sure your iron levels are up to par. You're not anemic, because a lot of women actually are and they just don't know it. I'm anemic. And my hair was a lot thinner, I want to say, back then. But like, I've really been trying to do more work in terms of being healthy in general from the inside out. It's reflecting in my hair and my nails as well. Like my nails will grow a lot faster. That's because I'm getting the nutrients that I need, that my body needs. Stop trying to change your hair, girl. I'm sure it's beautiful the way it is. And when it comes to cutting your hair, that's a personal choice. I can't really tell you. Although I will always advocate getting a trim. I feel like most women don't get trims, and that's not helping your hair journey. What do I think about faux locks? I think faux locks are super cute. I just won't do them on myself because they take forever. Forever! They don't tell you about how long faux lock takes. That's like an influencer thing when you have all day. And that's it. Whew. So many questions. My God, this video is going to be like 17 hours long. And like, y'all not even going to watch it. It's going to take me forever to edit. Anyways, my dip conditioner has been sitting in my hair for over, like, how long has it been? At least an hour and a half. So I am going to rinse it out. Bass coming in. I can hear him. My hair actually feels so good right now with the dip conditioner. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know that it was long, but at least I hope that it was entertaining. If you made it this far, drop a purple heart in the comment below so that I know. And I'll have a surprise for you in the description box. If you made it this far and you still haven't subscribed, sis, I don't know what you're doing, but hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!